I have 47 market days coming up over the next couple of months. And I've been realizing that if I don't get my systems together now, I'm going to burn out real fast. Hey, friend. Welcome back to Sparkle and Shine. I'm your host, Cassandra, and this is the podcast where we talk about building a small business, chasing your dreams, and learning the real lessons along the way. Each week, I'll be sharing what I'm learning in my own business, the wins, the struggles, and the lessons that come along with it. So if you're building something of your own too, you're definitely in the right place. All right, let's get into today's episode. So, a little over a month ago, I talked about how I was prepping for my first craft show of the year. This time, things are different because this isn't just about prepping for one event. This is all about prepping for my entire summer market season. And this is going to be my busiest season yet. With 47 different events coming up, I will have some that feature a mix of my jewelry and some that also include my DIY bead bar. Don't get me wrong, I've done a ton of events before, but this is a lot more volume in a shorter period of time than I've ever experienced. And I think the biggest thing that's different this time is that I'm not thinking event to event anymore. I'm trying to think about how everything works together across the whole season. So, with that in mind, it's really changed how I'm preparing for the season. First, I'm trying to restock with intention. I want to make sure that I have enough inventory available for all 47 event days. So, I'm starting with focusing on my essential color collection. That's my hero signature collection. So, I've been focusing on building my inventory back up to my base numbers. I'm also trying to stay focused and not make a bunch of random pieces. It's okay to experiment here and there, but I need to make sure that I'm choosing what actually makes sense, like my best sellers, and also making sure that the inventory I have available aligns with the people who actually shop these different market events. This isn't necessarily about making more pieces. It's about making sure that you have the pieces that your customers and the market goers will be looking for. All right, so after restocking my pieces, I need to start looking at my booth setup. All of my displays, they need to be refreshed. That means bringing everything out on a nice day and getting a fresh coat of spray paint on. By having the fresh spray paint, it gets rid of all the scuffs and scratches, wear and tear from last year, elevating the look because presentation matters just as much as the product. And then this is where things start to feel just a little bit more strategic. I need to come up with 2 different booth layouts. I need one that will be for my jewelry only markets, and then I need to have another setup for the ones that will feature my jewelry with a DIY bead bar setup. Depending on the event, I have different people coming through the market, and some events are perfect for a DIY bead bar setup, and other events, the customers coming through aren't interested in creating their own piece. They just want something that's easy to grab and go. But for me, this isn't just about having 2 setups. I need to make sure that it's easy for me to switch back and forth between the 2 setups. A majority of my events this market season are coming from 3 different weekly events. And one of those events will be jewelry only, and the other 2 will have the DIY bead bar. So I want to make sure that when I'm planning my booths, I'm packing up intentionally. And when I have things stored at home before I'm going to an event, that everything is organized by setup So the days that I have the bead bar, I can make sure that I grab that stuff. But the days that it's just jewelry, I'm only grabbing the stuff for the jewelry setup and not carrying excess things that I don't need. By making sure I'm making everything easy to switch up and organized, it's reducing decision making. I don't want to have to be refiguring this out every single time that I'm packing the car for an event. And, all of this kind of led me into thinking about something bigger. I'm talking about my sales plan. So, my goal minimum is to make $10,000 from these events. However, my stretch goal, my real goal that I want to achieve is going to be $25,000 in sales. So, what does that mean per event? Well, if I want to hit my minimum of 10K, that means I need to make around $200 per event. I'm not just showing up to these markets hoping for a good sales day. I actually have targets that I'm trying to achieve. And I'll be honest, like I've said many times before, I'm still figuring things out. I'm not perfect and I'm still adjusting. Every time I do something, I like to look back and ask myself, how can I do this better next time? And make those small adjustments as I go. This time around, the way that I'm prepping feels way more intentional than it has in the past. And I think this is the difference between just doing markets and actually preparing for a season. It's thinking ahead, simplifying all of your processes, and creating consistency. If you're heading into a busy market season too, you might be feeling overwhelmed. You might be scrambling to get everything done at the last minute. You might not have any systems in place, but that's okay. We all got to start somewhere. One thing that I would think about is what can you prep now? And where can you simplify things? And then let's think systems. What can you repeat instead of recreate? For me, I don't want to just survive this market season. I want to actually enjoy it. So here's what I want to know from you. How are you preparing for your next busy season? Send me a DM on Instagram at Sparkle and Shine Podcast and let me know. I truly love hearing from you and would love to cheer you on. Well, friend, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for listening, and I hope you'll join me again next week. Until next time, keep showing up with heart, believe in yourself, and keep shining.